buying and selling real estate in the fall season, is it different from buying or selling real estate in spring and summer? You bet you they're different. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Hey there, this is KG. I'm a realtor with Fairfax Realtor in Greenbelt, where we help buyers to buy their dream home and sellers to sell their house. And we do this in the Maryland, DC, Virginia region. So if you're looking to buy, sell, or move in the Maryland, DC, Virginia region, contact us below. We'll take care of you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get updates once we upload a new video. So real estate in the fall, is it different? Yes, it's different. Are people still buying and selling houses in the fall? Yes, they are. So what must you do different if you're a buyer in the fall market or if you're a seller in the fall market? So let's talk about buyers. So buyers, if you're buying a house in the fall market, one thing I want to kind of just get out of the way first is home prices don't go down in the fall. You know, we always have this misconception that when it's fall, house prices will fall. No, 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 no. That doesn't happen. When it's fall season, home prices stabilize because we are not getting a lot of buyers in the market or a lot of sellers in the market. And it makes sense, right? Because a lot of buyers and sellers don't want to move once their children is in school. They wait till the school season is over. Hence, we have a lot of traffic in spring and in summer. So if you are buying in fall, home prices do not fall, home prices stabilize. Not a lot of competition if it's in the, as it would have been in the spring and in the summer, but you still have some competition because what we know is people that are looking in the fall to buy are serious buyers and they're ready to make their move, and people that are looking to sell in the fall, they're serious sellers and they're ready to make a move. So what should you do as a buyer in the fall market? Financing, 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 just like you would do if it's spring or summer. Make sure you get your financing straight. Pre-approval, pre-approval, pre-approval. No pre-qualification, pre-approval. Get your mortgage right so that you can close within 30, 25 days once you do find a house that you like. All right, so once you've done that, now you're going out to look at houses. You know, in fall we get less daylight, so you want to have a schedule. You want to be sure that you can go out and see houses during the daytime when there's still sunlight, so that you can look at the surroundings very well, right? So make your schedule available so that you can look at houses during the daytime. So once you get into the house, as you're going to look at the house, look at the surroundings. What is the surrounding telling you? Is it well kept or is not well kept? A house that is not well kept outside, I have to think twice about what are they doing inside. So look at the surrounding. So as soon as you walk in, if you're feeling cold, what is going on? Is the heat not working, or the homeowner is trying to save money, right? So ask question, is the heat working? Ask your agent. Make sure the heat is working properly. Go up to the level where the roof is, right? If it's the first level, it's going to be on the first level. If it's the up level, you go up to the up level. Once you get there, look up. Look up, look at the ceiling. Are you seeing any stain in the ceiling, especially if they're active, like it's fresh? Because during this time we have a lot of moisture, rain, so and then shingles can fly off, which can cause roof leak. So you want to see if there's any active roof leak around. Make sure you look at that. Basement. When you go down to the basement, if the house has a basement, are you smelling anything? Especially if the house is occupied. Make sure you're not smelling funny thing in the basement. When I say funny thing, means water smell, mildew smell. You don't want to smell that in the basement, right? You really do not want to smell that in the basement. Think about this thing, because these things can cost you a lot of money if there are issues later once you buy the house. Finally, when you do get a house under contract, you want to do your home inspection during the day. Let your inspector come during the day so that he can look at the roof, look at the gutters, make sure there's no leak, make sure the gutters are not clogged with leaves, and buy your house and settle in the fall. Happy buying. So if you are a seller in the fall market, like I said, home prices are not falling, buyers traffic have slowed down. It means you have to price your house right. Do not overprice it. Don't overprice it in any market, but even in fall market, do not overprice your house, right? A house that is priced right will get a buyer. Like I said, buyers that are looking in the fall are serious buyers. So price it right, don't overprice it. What about the condition of the house? Because there is a lot of leaves that are falling, can create hazard. You don't want your buyers to fall when they're coming to look at your house. So you want to make sure you clean the leaves, clean your driveway, clean your walkway to make sure buyers are comfortable when they're coming in. They're not going to slip and fall. You want to make sure your outside foot mat is clean, right? Sometimes slugs all around. You want to make sure there's no slugs on your front door foot mat. What about your house number? Is your house number visible from the street? Can you see it from the street? If you cannot see from the street, there's a likelihood that buyers cannot see it from the street. So you want to make sure the house number are visible from the street. If you have mailbox that is on the street, put your house number on the mailbox as well. If it's fading, change it. Invest your light, your outside light. Invest in your outside light. Make sure the bulbs are shining, like bright, very bright, because you want it to be on when the buyers are coming to look at it. And because it's now going to be a point of focus when buyers are coming to look at it, you want to make it look good. You don't want to leave a dingy, rusty front lights on. Change it, right? Change it before you put your house in the market. And you also want to make a note to always turn it on as soon as it's dark outside, like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Turn it on. Also be flexible with buyers. I mean, you should be flexible at any season, but even now be flexible, because it's dark outside does not mean it's already night, right? 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Let buyers come in and look at the house, because the quicker you can get it under contract, the quicker you can move forward. Inside, so I'm hoping by now, before you put your house on the market, you've already checked that the roof is not leaking. If you have not done that, do that before you put your house in the market. Check that the roof is not leaking. Now, if you had prior leak and you've already fixed it, but then you still have the stain that is in your ceiling, people do that because that's where they live. But now you're selling the house, make sure you fix those stains, sand it and paint it before you put it in the market. You don't want buyers to think you have roof leak. Go take care of that. Heat. So it may look like you want to save money, you don't want to turn on the heat, you're still struggling. Oh no, it's not that cold. Please, you want buyers to be comfortable in your house. If you need to turn on the heat, turn on the heat, so that buyers, when they come in, they're comfortable. Basement. You want to make sure your basement is not stinky and dingy. Check your sump pump to make sure it's working. If you're smelling anything, check out the source and make sure you fix it. Make sure air is circulating in your basement. You can invest in a humidifier. $400, $500 humidifier will go a long way to save you headache later. Now, if your house is not occupied and you're selling a house that is vacant, the same things apply. Make sure you get somebody there, or if you cannot go there, just somebody there weekly to check the house and make sure your utilities are on, because we have the danger of frost around this time, which can cause pipe burst. So you want to make sure those things don't happen if your house is vacant. And no matter what, for a vacant house, you want to put a humidifier in the basement to circulate the air. You want also the utilities to be on. Don't be stingy on utility. But don't be stingy on utility, even if it's vacant, because you want it to be comfortable when buyers come in and don't think there's something seriously wrong with your house. So the quicker you do all those things, the better you'll get it sold and you go on your way. So like I said, home prices are not falling. It can just take a longer time to get a house under contract because we don't have a lot of buyers in the market. So if you're looking to buy or sell in the fall market or any market, contact us below. We'll take care of you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you get updates when we upload a new video. So happy selling.